Coming up, an alleged assault from members of the Cal Poly rugby team is under investigation. We'll tell you if the team is still under suspension.
I scream, you scream. We'll take you to a new downtown shop where you can enjoy some sweet and unique treats.
And find out which Cal Poly soccer player got drafted in the 4th round of the MLS Super Draft.
Broadcasting from Studio 300 on Cal Poly's campus, you're watching Mustang News.
All right, good afternoon, Cal Poly. I'm Kyle Shields.
And I'm Aaron Bandler. You're watching our weekly broadcast of Mustang News. Thank you for joining us. A Cal Poly senior has died in a car crash. The California Highway Patrol says 24-year-old Will Rogers crashed his truck in Santa Maria over the weekend. The CHP says he was driving fast on Clark Avenue when he drove through a stop sign at the intersection of Dominion Road. Rogers drove up an embankment, over a fence, and the truck landed on its hood in a field. CHP officers declared him dead at the scene on Saturday morning. Rogers was a wine and viticulture student. He was also a member of the Alpha Gamma Rho fraternity, and they're holding a memorial barbecue for him at their house on Sunday.
All right. After missing a big game Saturday for being under investigation, the rugby club's team-wide activity suspension has been lifted. The Dean of Students' office is investigating a report that at least one rugby player assaulted someone off campus in an alleged fight this past week. University spokesman Matt Lazier says that they determined that the actions of a few individual players were not cause to suspend the entire team. But the 4 or 5 members accused of assault remain suspended from all team activities until the investigation is over. The team missed their scheduled game Saturday against UC Santa Cruz due to the suspension.
Dare Hennigan has officially resigned as the ASI representative from the College of Architecture and Environmental Design. In his letter of resignation, Hennigan said that he was stepping down because he wanted to focus on getting his dual master's degree. To fill the vacancy, the runner-up in the previous election has to accept the position and get a 2/3 approval vote from the ASI board to serve out the rest of the term. If the runner-up can't fill the vacancy, then the next runner-up is next in line for the job. The runner-up to Hennigan in the last election was architectural engineering major Christina Lamb, putting her as the front-runner to fill Hennigan's seat.
I am very eager to have the vacancy filled and look forward to working with whoever fills the position to represent their students in their college to the best of their ability.
The vacancy will be filled at one of ASI's bi-weekly meetings.
Last week, 2 sexual assaults were reported on campus and in downtown San Luis Obispo. Mustang News reporter Brianna Whitney caught up with students and university police to find out how to stay safe and how to respond in case of an emergency.
When it comes to nighttime and you're alone, it's pretty scary.
The Cal Poly sidewalks are packed just before 1 p.m., with students coming to and from class. But come nighttime, it's a different story.
It's a big open campus and anyone can walk on there.
If their goal is to assault you, then they're going to try to wait till you're kind of in the middle of nowhere.
But university police say there's a way to stop an emergency before it happens.
We have over 100 of the blue lights, the emergency phones on campus, spread out throughout campus. Majority of them are on the outside areas.
How these work is if you find yourself in an emergency situation, you come over to one of these, press the button for help, and university police will respond right away.
That does tell us exactly where the location is. So even if the person can't talk, let's say you're injured and you can't talk, but you can push the button, we'll automatically know where that is.
But if you aren't by one of the emergency phones,
make a scene. Get people's attention. I mean, if there's no one else around, use your cell phone, call 911.
Brianna Whitney, Mustang News.
Chief Hughes said that although the emergency phones are easily accessible, the best safety method is to make concrete plans on how you're going to get to and from your destination.
The passing of AB 1266 allows transgender students in K through 12 to choose which gender bathrooms they want to use. Brian Pry, graduate assistant at the Pry Center, is hoping AB 1266 will have a positive effect in the community and will add more support to the cause. There are 18 gender-neutral bathrooms on campus, but Pride hopes to have one in every building.
Ideally, I think that I would like to see at least one gender-neutral restroom in every building. because I think that's a great way to demonstrate the fact that students don't have to walk an extreme distance in order to use the restroom that they feel safe and comfortable in.
To learn more about where the gender-neutral bathrooms are located on campus, go and visit the Pride Center.
Greek life is still on social probation after not coming to a conclusion on new party policies. Lindsay Lewis asked students how they feel about the new possible policies.
I think they're stupid and unnecessary.
I don't think it's going to be too successful just because they've had similar rules before and they were pretty lenient with them. But also I think that a lot of people are going to be upset with the rules, especially the fact that you have to be on a list to go to the parties.
And even if they register a guest list, there's still going to be people that come that aren't on the list, I'm sure.
The reason why some people are in fraternities are because of the parties. And so trying to implement these rules, I think is, just unreasonable.
There's a lot of things that happen in the parties that the people throwing parties don't know about, so if people were to come and check up on them, it'd be really hard not to get fined on even one of the smaller infractions.
The policy will pass if 75% of IFC presidents and a majority of Panhellenic presidents approve the draft. Until then, all Greeks remain on probation.
It is soon going to cost you more money to send letters through the United States Postal Service. Starting January 26, stamps for 1 ounce first-class letters will increase 3 cents from 46 to 49 cents, while the cost for every additional ounce will go up to 21 cents. The increase in rates is being done in an effort to generate new revenue to improve the USPS financial situation. The new rates are expected to generate an additional $2 billion in revenue this year.
And a former Cal Poly student with plans to run for the governor of California has dropped out of the race. Former Lieutenant Governor Abel Maldonado said his reasons for ending his 8-month campaign is that he wanted to spend more time with his family. Maldonado majored in crop science at Cal Poly and is a former member of the California State Assembly and the former mayor of Santa Maria. All right, coming up on Mustang News, find out which colleges have lowered their unit caps and which colleges have yet to meet the requirements.
It might be called Doc Bernstein's, but it is definitely not a doctor's office. We'll give you the inside scoop on the newest ice cream shop in town.
Cal Poly students are volunteering across the country almost every weekend. Jenna Brown joined students at Napomo Park to see the work they're doing with a local organization.
The Environmental Center of San Luis Obispo, or EcoSlow, is a nonprofit that gathers volunteers to clean up and protect the natural environment. EcoSlow holds work days and ranger-led hikes almost every weekend with the support of the city and the county.
There are days where you go to the trails and pick up trash. You can plant some trees, paint benches, prevent trail erosion, pick up weeds, things like that. Just make the trails safer and nicer for everyone.
With a limited number of rangers to maintain local trails and parks, EcoSlow relies heavily on its volunteers and online membership base to participate in and fund local work days.
Now, workdays take place throughout the county on most weekends, but if you're looking to stay a little closer to campus, you can join EcoSlow right here at Bishop Peak on most Saturday mornings.
Adopt a Trail is another program hosted by EcoSlow where participants choose a trail to clean up on a regular basis. Several Cal Poly organizations participate in these programs, including Alpha Rho Chi and Alpha Phi Omega.
We really want to get involved in our community and show that we're not just part of Cal Poly, but we are part of San Luis Obispo. And so working with EcoSlow really helps us do that, helps us be involved in preserving the beautiful trails that we have around SLO, which we're all really grateful for.
Jenna Brown, Mustang News.
EcoSlow's biggest event is their yearly coastal cleanup every day in September. Their next event is a work day this Saturday at Bishop Peak. You can find out more information at ecoslow.org.
Cal Poly students were a hit at last weekend's startup competition. Computer science juniors Matt Blyfer and Robert Long were the co-founders of the winning idea of a musical social network, BeatStream.
It allows users to post songs with a description and follow other users so that they can get a stream of music from all the people that they follow.
The winners plan on keeping BeatStream live and will continue to develop their site. They hope that trending on BeatStream will become popular for musicians posting their music.
We really want to build out the best experience for finding and sharing music on the web. So it's about to get loud.
Cal Poly is focusing on students graduating on time now more than ever, and with a new measure passed by the Board of Trustees, it will become easier for this to happen. The board voted on bringing the maximum unit cap to the minimum of 180 units so that all programs are aligned with the most part with only a few exceptions. There are 2 phases, and the first one is complete. The first phase has 11 programs with previous unit caps ranging from 181 to 192.
Each college has their own advising center and organization, which they are also doing things within their college specifically. Some levels or some departments in the colleges are larger than others, and so their cultures are different and their needs are different for the students in those colleges. So they kind of cater their programs to those college students specifically.
5 of the 11 programs were able to cut down their units to 180. The other 6 made reductions and had to explain why they needed an exception to the 180 unit cap rule. The second phase is for programs with over 192 units, which include 2 architecture programs and 8 engineering programs. This is all part of Cal Poly's effort to help students graduate on time.
There is a new doctor in town. Doc Bernstein's Ice Cream Lab opens in downtown San Luis Obispo this Friday at 5 p.m. But we got an inside scoop, along with Doc Bernstein's shareholders. Doc Bernstein's has been a staple in Arroyo Grande for 10 years, and now they're opening a shop on Higuera Street. It might look more like a nightclub than an ice cream shop, but that's because founder Greg Steinberger wanted to create a Willy Wonka meets Disney environment.
The greatest thing about being in the ice cream business is you're making people happy. Every interaction we have with people is to make them feel good. As a business, compared with most occupations, I don't think there's anything better.
Sounds good right now. The first 100 people to get a taste will get a golden ticket. That ticket is worth 1 ice cream sundae every month for the next year. Some of Doc Bernstein's most popular and unique flavors include birthday cake, motor oil, and salted caramel.
Cal Poly has created an incentive to get students hashtagging about something new. Hashtag Work Hard, Dream Big is Career Services' latest launch. They are hoping students will hashtag what they're doing to work towards their career goals. Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn are some of the social media platforms that Career Services is targeting with this campaign.
Career Services is really trying to engage students in our services and utilize social media to help spread the word about what we do to support students' career success and also allow students to share successes with each other.
The first 50 students who share their stories and use their hashtag Work Hard, Dream Big will get a free shirt. And here's a look at Bishop's Peak. After the break, Denzel Quarterman will update you with the weather this week.
And the Mustangs are headed on an important 2-game road trip. Find out where they are headed and what's on the line next.
All right, now we go to weather reporter Denzel Quarterman with your weekly weather forecast.
Is it going to cool down this week at all, Denzel?
Actually, guys, you're right. It actually is cool down just a little bit. The temperature is going to drop slightly today. So it's going to be about 68 degrees today, increasing clouds, so that's going to bring the temperature down a little bit. But throughout the weekend, the temperature is going to rise, and we're going to see some gustly nightly winds. We're going to take a look at our weather map for the day. As you can see, we've got 72 up in Paso Robles, down in San Luis Obispo. Like I said, it's going to be 68. And if you look over down in Napomo, 70 degrees. In Avila Beach, 61. 71 in Santa Maria, and 68 down in Lompoc, and all the way in Santa Barbara, we're also going to see temperatures at 68 here. Let's going to go ahead and see our 5-day forecast. Like I said, today, Thursday, it's going to be 68 with a low of 53. Temperatures are going to slightly drop just due to those cloud covering that we're going to see. On Friday, it's going to jump back up, but we're still going to see the clouds, and our low is going to be still in the 53 range. And through the weekend, it's going to stay in the 70s. Saturday, it's going to be 73. On Sunday, back up to 74. And then on Monday, we're going to get a little bit higher and go into 76. So we've got some great weather for the weekend. Saturday, we've got the swim meet that's going to be at home. And on Sunday, we also have tennis that's going to be starting their season as well. So that's going to do it for weather. Back to you folks at the desk. Thanks.
Well, thanks, Denzel. Boy, I feel really envious for those who are going to be swimming, which I'm actually going to be at covering for Mustang News on Saturday. And speaking of swimming, we have Olivia DeJaneiro here to talk about our sports update. Olivia, what's going on with sports?
Yeah, a lot of exciting things going on in sports. First of all, Major League Soccer and the Vancouver Whitecaps have a new pair of fresh feet today. In the fourth round of the MLS Super Draft, Cal Poly's very own Mackenzie Pridham was selected to the Canadian football club, the Vancouver Whitecaps. The Toronto native leaves Cal Poly as the program's all-time leader in goals scored with 27, and he's coming off back-to-back Big West Player of the Year honors. Pridham is the second member of Cal Poly's 2013 soccer team to get drafted to the MLS. Last Thursday, senior midfielder George Malky was selected 37th overall by the Montreal Impact. The 2014 season begins March 8th. Cal Poly Athletics is taking on major facility improvement projects to improve your game day experience. One upgrade they're focusing on is adding video scoreboards in Mott Athletic Center. According to Athletic Director Don Oberhelman, the department has raised more than $350,000 for the video scoreboard project so far, and they hope to have the project complete by the start of next season. Other projects include making improvements to Spanos and Baggett Stadium. One goal for the department is to host baseball NCAA regionals at Baggett Stadium.
So we've got a $5.5 million campaign underway already as well to renovate the clubhouse and the existing facility that we have out at Baggett Stadium for baseball.
Oberhelman says the Baggett Stadium project would take about 2 years to complete. Cal Poly men's basketball hits the road today to play Game 1 of a 2-game road trip. The Mustangs will look to rebound after losing at home against Long Beach last Saturday. That loss snapped Cal Poly's 16-game home winning streak and perfect record in the Big West. The Mustangs will take on another conference opponent tonight, Cal State Fullerton at Titan Gym. Cal Poly has not won at Titan Gym since 2011. Forward Chris Eversley leads the team in scoring and is coming off his 11th double-digit game of the season. After taking on the Titans, the Mustangs will head to UC Riverside to take on the Highlanders this Saturday. And on the women's side, the Cal Poly women's basketball team will take the court tonight in front of the home crowd for the first time since their win over rival UC Santa Barbara. The Mustangs return to Mott Athletic Center for a 2-game stretch, starting with Big West opponent Cal State Fullerton at 7 p.m. Cal Poly is now 3-1 in conference play. The big three, Ariana Elagato, Janae Irvin, and Molly Schlemer, are all coming off big performances in the Mustangs' road win over Long Beach State. Elagato was 1 point away from tying her career high of 31 points. Irvin added 17, and Schlemer recorded 10th double-double of the season. So exciting weekend in sports, some fun stuff. Like Denzel said, swimming, the only home game they have all season, and the tennis team gets to play on their new courts.
Yeah, a lot of basketball going on tonight, too.
All right, well, still ahead, Cal Poly will be hosting what the Performing Arts Center calls America's Premier Comedian tonight. We'll tell you who coming up. Well, in Polywood today, we have David Aguilar.
What's happening in the entertainment world in SLO this week, David?
Well, guys, we have some few shows that happened this week and more coming up this weekend. Let's get to it. Your Polywood Minute starts right now. Meows and Laughs filled the Performing Arts Center on Tuesday night, all for a good cause. The Internet Cat Video Festival World Tour made its stop right here in San Luis Obispo in support of the Cal Poly Cat Program. Videos featuring cats of all shapes, colors, and sizes were shown on the big screen. Categories included comedy, drama, and foreign. Those in attendance were encouraged to take to social media using the hashtag CatVidFest. The top tweeters were awarded prizes that included tickets to upcoming PAC events.
It's not just about watching cat videos, it's about watching cat videos together. That's why we're all here, and a great honor. And actually,
if you missed that on this year's stop in San Luis Obispo, organizers plan to bring the festival back next year. Jerry Seinfeld, yes, the Jerry Seinfeld is set to perform tonight in Harmon Hall at the Performing Arts Center. Seinfeld will be performing in 2 shows at 7 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. Seinfeld is known for his ability to make fun of the little things in life that audiences relate to everywhere. Seinfeld currently is focused on performing both nationally and internationally. Comedian Tom Papa is opening act for Seinfeld. The Cal Poly Smile and Nod Club is hosting a fundraiser comedy show tonight for the Cal Poly MedLife Club. MedLife helps with the development of low-income families, and the show will help fund their trip to Latin America this summer, where they will be shadowing doctors and volunteers in the local underserved communities. Pre-sale tickets are $5 and $7 at the door. 40% of your ticket price will go directly to MedLife. The show starts at 7:30 p.m. in Building 8, Room 123. Through technology, you can get music from many different places. Eden Elisage gives you a look into music streaming site created by a Cal Poly student that is designed to empower local artists.
Business Administration senior Arash Namvar is developing a streaming site called Music Putty that promotes local musicians and allows listeners to enjoy music for free without ads.
Giving the listeners complete control, so even though listeners don't have to pay money to use our services and listen to music, there's no ads, there's no skip limits. You can skip as many songs as you want. You can rewind a song as many times as you want.
He describes the site as a cross between Kickstarter, Bandcamp, and Pandora. It allows listeners to stream independent music for free, buy and download the music they like, and even help fund concerts and tours for up-and-coming artists.
Anytime you find a band you like on our website, you can help support them directly through the crowdfunding model, through the thank yous and the rewards and whatnot.
Built into the site is a crowdsourcing tool that allows artists to connect with fans and collect funds to pay for concerts or recording an album.
I love websites like Spotify, but at the same time, like when you're listening to those artists, they're not receiving anything. They're receiving pennies. They don't get anything from it. Like, you may love their music, but I don't know, I personally believe if you love a musician, you should support them.
Arash is working with a team of Cal Poly students to launch the site by the end of February.
Go to musicputty.com and sign up for our email list, and then you'll be the first one to hear about our launch.
Eden Elisage, Mustang News.
Music Putty is currently working or looking for local musicians to be featured on their site. If you're interested, you can check out their website, which is scheduled to launch in February. All right, if you have nothing to do this weekend, grab your running shoes and join Kappa Kappa Psi Fraternity for their second annual Run for Music 5K and 10K run. The run is scheduled is for Sunday at 9 a.m. with check-in and day of registrations. Runners will set off on the course at 10 a.m. that will take them throughout the campus core and out to Baggett Stadium. Runners will also be treated to live music throughout. Students can register for $25 for the 5K and $35 for the 10K. The money raised will benefit the Cal Poly band program and music programs at local schools. For more information on how to register, visit runformusic.com. Alrighty, if you're in the mood for some classical music, the Cal Poly Early Music Ensemble is presenting Bach in the Mission 4. The event starts at 8 p.m. on Saturday, January 25th at the Old Mission San Luis. Students and faculty participants will get the opportunity to perform on the stage with local professional musicians. They will feature Content Number 4 and Money Number 6 by Bach. For tickets, visit the Performing Arts Center box office. Alrighty, well, that wraps up your Polywood Minute for this week. Hope you guys all have a great weekend. Back to you, Aaron and Kyle at the desk.
Thanks so much, David. It sounds like a lot of fun stuff happened this week, especially Seinfeld. I actually saw him perform a few years ago in Cupertino. Absolutely hysterical. People going tonight are so lucky. Awesome. They have no idea. Thank you for watching Mustang News. You can watch our weekly half-hour broadcast on Charter Channel 19, UHTV Channel 7, and Campus Channel 2. And for continuous coverage, visit mustangnews.net. Have a great weekend, Cal Poly.